Well, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. It's really nice to have everybody here. If you're new, you'll see me for the first time. Hi, my name is Melody God's Power, aka MeleyG. Um, I'm really happy to talk about what we're about to talk about today because I feel like this is a well-needed conversation and I can't wait to go straight into it. So let's go. So as you can see by the title, it says we need new influence. Yes, we do. This generation needs new influences to look up to be honest. A lot of the influences that we have today are just terrible and a bunch of insecure people who need validation from the whole world and would do anything for it. I won't lie. I've been an influencer before and I've also been influenced by other people before. But honestly, I look at this generation and I just cry for them because there's that lack of a good role model, good influencer to look up to and say, oh, you know what, this person has great qualities that I would really like to, learn from, or this or that. But it almost seems like every single influencer, is all just going for the bag. Regardless of how we're going to get the bag, we're just going to get it. And yeah, go get your bag, but you need to be careful how you get it because you also need to realize the people that you're influencing. But I guess they don't care. It's like, why do I have to care about the people looking at me when I'm just doing me? And that's the problem. So I don't know if I'll be able to talk about every single thing in one video. I may put out a couple other videos talking on it, and I will try to figure out a way to have everything all together, maybe like in a playlist as they're coming out. So watch out for those videos. Also, everything said in this video is simply and plainly my opinion and based on research that I have done and things that I've seen and experienced. First thing I'm going to talk about is wealth. Yes, wealth building, amazing. Of course, everyone should be encouraged to build wealth because you're not just building for yourself, you're building for your family, generations to come. All of those things are all involved in you building wealth. But on that wealth, what I'm going to talk about really is the greed of our youth. There is a lot of greed in our youth. It's like this contagion of greed everywhere. And I've been a partaker of it also. I'm not leaving myself out from any of this. This is my generation, I guess. I almost dodged the bullet by 1 year, but nah. I ended up in Gen Z. But it's fine, it's fine. To God be the glory. But I just want to say, like, the greed and everything. And when I say greed, I mean the need for people to do anything to get that bag, to secure the bag. I see a lot of influences, putting themselves out in a way that I personally believe is not the right way. But they will do that, and you know what? Let me give examples. OnlyFans. Everybody wants to make money. So what is the quicker way to make money? We're going to be on OnlyFans. We're going to do this. We're going to do all of those things. We're going to put ourselves out that way so that we can quickly get money. I mean, it's just showing a little skin here, a little skin then, right? It's not going to hurt nobody. It does hurt somebody. You and also your viewers, you're not really helping them at all. And I know people gonna say, well, I'm not trying to help anybody. I'm trying to help myself. I'm trying to be able to provide for myself. I'm trying to be able to do this. I'm trying to be able to do that. The problem is doing things in a very ethical way that does not degrade you has become a thing of the old times. It's become a thing of the past. Now it's do anything to make money as long as you got the bag. And that is a greed culture that we do not need. That a lot of youth that I personally have spoken to are all about. That people are willing to put away things that they have as core values, their morals, they're willing to put that away because times are hard. So we're like, it's very hard. I'm sure God will understand. It's hard. I'm sure God will understand. Money. Come on. Like, for real. Come on. Next one, still related to greed, but it's the need for people to be a millionaire before the age of 25. Trust me, this is me. This is literally me. I'm 24. Gonna be 25 next year. So you can feel the pressure. Like, the pressure is getting worse. It is. I see a lot of youth who have this pressure. We've put this pressure on ourselves, to be a millionaire, to be this, to have this amount of money before we're 25. So we're working so hard, and we're doing anything that we can do to get to that part. It's like, slow down. We fail to forget that everybody has their own path. Everybody's path is different. And also, the influencers that you're looking up to that are posting with their latest Benz, Rolls Royce, all of this, the people that you see posting all of this, you don't truly know how they got their money. It may have been in a very ethical way, or it may not. But you don't know. But because we're so focused on our goal to be millionaires by 25, if not before, we are willing to ignore certain things just to get there. Failing to forget that in the long run, there could be consequences for our actions. But we're not thinking about the consequences. We're trying to secure the bag. Consequences who? Where? And you can't even use that to compare, because even if, like I said, even if the money was, sourced ethically, it's clean money, no one had to die for it. It doesn't have blood on it. That does not mean we should compare ourselves to them. Like I said, we're on different paths. But we fail to forget that. We start to compare and say, well, Kylie Jenner was, a billionaire, before she was in 2021. I need to be able to do that. What made her a billionaire? Oh, she had surgery, this, that, a lip kit, everything, right? Or this person or that person. We're comparing ourselves to everybody. Who does that benefit? When I was younger, I was like, you know what? This is my goal. Like, I had goals and dreams. Let me tell you about it. I wanted to be a graduate by 20. And then on the day that I was graduating, I wanted to get proposed to, by a prince, hopefully. But if he wasn't a prince, then he can't be poor, and then I wanted to have kids and have a successful career being a professional dancer. Yes, used to dance. Not anymore. I don't have the strength for it. So out of all of these goals, the only thing I achieved was being a graduate with a degree that I don't even use. But at least I graduated. And I'm almost 25. And I'm used to being like the youngest amongst everybody I'm around. Now I work with youth. I'm literally close to the oldest. And the person who's like the oldest is probably like, and I mean amongst the youth, the person who is the oldest is probably like only a year older than me. Those older. Only like a year. I feel so old, you have no idea. But in Nigeria, there's this thing that we say, which is, I can't come and kill myself. Because I'm not where I need to be, or because I'm not where I want to be. That does not mean that the world is going to end. I can't come and kill myself. So, number one advice for you, don't go and kill yourself because you want to be a millionaire before 25. 25 will still come. And that millionaire status, you may not enter it. What are you going to do? Are you going to die? No, you're not. So don't kill yourself. Life is not over. And you don't know where you're going to be when you're 30. And I wish a lot of influencers, really told people this instead of focusing on just the materialistic things. I wish they emphasized that, look, your time, in your time. Now, disclaimer, this isn't financial advice. This is just my personal opinion. You need financial advice, contact a financial advisor for that. That ain't my job. Another key point I want to mention is this generation literally does not know how to save or plan for the future. It's one thing to say you want to have a certain amount of money in your bank account. It's another thing for you to actually put the work for you to have that money in your bank account. This generation lives for the now. And that is not necessarily bad, but it's also not necessarily a good long-term way to live. Most of you don't know how to save. You don't. You get the money now and you spend the money now. You spend the money on frivolous things that in the long run would literally not add any value to your life. It's going to depreciate. It's not going to have that much impact in your life. And meanwhile, you could have gotten something, yes, what you want, but also maybe the other half of the money, invested it into something, saved it. But you guys don't know how to do that. Most of these influencers that y'all look up to probably have something saved somewhere for their future. They will come out here on social media and tell you, you guys need to live for the now. Live for the now. But they also fail to tell you that their future is already secured. Most of the influencers y'all look up to probably already have something saved somewhere. So when they come on social media showing you guys all of this lavish lifestyle that, is luring all of you in, they are also telling you guys to focus on the now, but failing to tell you that they could probably already have something saved up somewhere. Now, not all of them. There are a lot of influencers that are equally terrible savers, just like y'all. But there is also some that are smart on how to use their money. But a lot of them won't tell you. A lot of them would not tell you that they are probably saved somewhere. They will tell you, we need to live for our now. We need to focus on the now. We need to do this, do that. If you want that purse, buy it. If you want that car, buy it. If you need this, buy it. You know what? Why don't you buy the whole world? That is not a bad idea. You should be able to, spend for yourself and yes, have some fun moments, splurge. But before you start splurging, make sure you're still going to have money tomorrow. It's all about being smart. Before you splurge and buy that big car, make sure you have enough money to put gas in the car tomorrow. That's important. The way I've been able to handle my own savings life to know that I am stress-free when it comes to financial stuff is savings account. Now, some financial advisors may advise against it. I don't know. That is why I said I'm not a financial advisor. But with the amount of money that I'm making now and with what I have now, I'm able to figure out a way to save and still have time and enough money to splurge. I budget for everything. Everything I budget for. If it's not on the budget, it's not happening. Period. No. I will add it in the next budget. But for this budget, if it's not on it, it ain't gonna happen. Period. Point blank. I save for future goals, even though I don't know what that is yet. I save for, gas, car issues, even though I don't have a car yet. I'm also saving to get a car. I'm saving for all of these things because I know some people will get a car and then their car has issues, but then their insurance doesn't want to cover everything and they don't have money for it. They never really thought of, saving later for it or something like this, coming up. But now I save for all of those uncertain situations so that I'm ready. That gives me peace, knowing that in case that time comes where this issue arises, I'm good. I save for, I save to even hang out with people. This way, a lot of people are so into, especially youth, you want to show off. You want to show off that you're there, yet when you're not there, it's okay to not be there. I'm not there yet, and I do not want to show off to anybody because, like, why do I have to go broke trying to prove to you that I am not broke? Make it make sense, because it doesn't. And that's how meticulous I am when it comes. I plan for everything. I'm saving up for everything so that I can get rid of that financial stress and focus on the goal of getting to my goal. Focus on getting to that stable place. But I've removed that pressure of trying to please anybody. I've removed that pressure of trying to appear like something I am not. A time is coming when I will get the amount of money I want and I can dress and do this and do that and appear as lavish as I want. Or maybe I'm not going to do that. But if I don't have the means now, why am I going to do it? Sometimes, let me tell you something. A lot of the influencers you see posting with cars and all of those things, they don't own them. They don't own those things. And we've seen so many situations like this of a lot of celebrities, a lot of artists, posing in homes that they say this is my home, but it's not really their home. They're paying rent for it and they can't even afford to pay the rent because now the landlords are coming after them. A lot of them are posing with cars that they don't own and then having that car having to be, taken back by the, car dealership. Like, you see all of these things, but we completely choose to become oblivious to it and keep lying to ourselves that we need to live this lavish lifestyle. We need to appear a certain way. No, you don't. The only way you need to appear is comfortable and happy while you're working towards your goal of getting to where you want to be. Like, if you don't save and invest in your goal, how would you ever get there? Spending time on social media looking at every other person living rich life, people your age living the rich life, and you being too depressed about it because you're not there yet, but you're choosing not to work towards your goal so you can get there. It's all about priority, guys. It's all about priority. If you got bills to pay, this, that, everything, prioritize. Make sure you got a roof over your head. That is covered. You need to make sure that is covered. You need to make sure you're able to feed because you need to actually be alive to get to your goal and live that millionaire lifestyle. You need to make sure you're healthy to get to your goal and live that millionaire lifestyle. Because the last thing you want to do is to work so hard for your money, starve yourself, not eat right, and then when you finally make the money, you give it to all the doctors. You spend it on hospital bills because you failed to take care of yourself. Trust me, I know this. I'm literally living in that kind of life right now. I didn't take care of my health, and now I have to pay for it. We need to prioritize. If you live with your family, great. You have more time, more money for you to save and invest in your goal. I live with my mom, so I don't have to worry about rent. And I'm so happy about that because then that money that otherwise would have gone to rent, I'm able to put that something else. And I know that this is not the case for everybody. A lot of people do have to pay rent, do have to do this, do have to do that. But I'm just saying prioritize. And I strongly believe that if the goal that you have in mind, to pursue is something that you're meant to do, it will work out. But you need to do your own part. You need to do that. You have an obligation to invest in yourself if it's something you want. But if you don't want to do that and you want to keep looking at everybody on social media lying that they are what they're not, go ahead. You can be a part of them soon. So whatever you choose to do, that's on you, boo. Last thing I want to say about this for this video, because as usual, it's already long. One advice I'm going to give to you guys, and then I'm going to end this video. You don't have to be like others. You don't have to follow others. You don't have to buy that luxury car for clicks just for you to start struggling to pay your car notes. That's stupid. Goodbye.